welcome to SF New Tech. Any first timers? First timers in the house? Welcome, welcome. Old school folks? Represent it, nice. Yeah, so we do this little thing called SF New Tech. It's just an opportunity to have some alcohol and some technology and mix it all together and see what happens. No, it's a little deeper than that. But we provide a stage and a platform for startups to show off. Simple as that. And we invite you guys to come and be a part of it. There's a lot of magic in the room that happens before the event and some magic that happens after. Probably not safe for work, but that's another story. But what we do is we select startups that want to be a part of this gig and say, yeah, you're good enough. And we say, you can be on stage. Tonight we have 5 great companies. I apologize for the last minute kind of announcement on this. We just kind of announced this 6 days ago. And look, you guys are all here, so good on you. We were a little bit busy, as you see over here on the side. Look at that. Oh, geez. Who's controlling this tonight? Carrie. Look at you, man. The control master up there. Can you put it on that sign? Does that work? Right down over here? Yeah, put it here. Follow me. It's not that high tech. You can't follow me. Anyway, there's our Kinko sign that I was showing you. So we recently got back from a little whirlwind tour that we did with New Tech, and we visited San Diego and Salt Lake City and Las Vegas. And damn, guess what? A lot of those folks want to be here. That was the takeaway. But the other takeaway was that a lot of great shit is being built in other places, so we need to be on our toes. Just because we're in the valley doesn't mean we're the shit, even though we kind of are the shit. But a lot of folks, you know, they want to be here because of the money quotient, and that makes a lot of sense. But there's a lot of great innovation going on in other places, and that was a big eye-opening thing for us. This tour was an amazing thing that we had put together, largely thanks to our friends at Outlook. And I'm going to bring Tony up in a minute, and David. Hey, guys. You hopefully visit those guys in the back. Outlook has been one of our great supporters over a year now. It's not the Outlook that you used to know that used to clog your computer up and all of that. This is the newfangled Outlook, which is an answer to Gmail. So if you think Google has got a little bit too much power, move over to Microsoft. Yeah. No, but it's awesome. It's awesome. So yeah, we hit the road, and what I want to do quickly before we get going is I just want to show you some stuff that we captured along the way. This is from Las Vegas, and I have audio coming out of this one, Brian. I'll just leave it at this. Agree or disagree? Ready?
What's so awesome about the Las Vegas startup scene that everybody needs to know?
The weather's a lot better.
Oh, wait.
It's affordable to live here.
That anybody can get involved.
It's got that brand new energy that's got people excited.
Just seeing all these people and all this energy and all this direction of, you know, startups is just exciting.
I think everything is awesome. There's so many cool new people and companies like popping up every single day.
The market's just so wide open right now that there's just so much potential.
I've been here in Vegas for about 13 years, and I've never seen anything like this.
The overall collaboration that takes place, everyone wants everyone else to succeed.
It's a community of doers, and if you so choose to do, there's a whole community here to back you.
It was easy to get into, it was easy to get the resources, and it was easy to get going.
People are what makes it the best. It's attracting a lot of great talent and a lot of great people. That's what it's all about.
The fact that there is just a startup here generally, I just moved here from Silicon Valley, so I'm impressed.
What Silicon Valley's doing with Originate that I work for is kind of, you know, trickling down to Vegas and bringing kind of the Silicon Vegas vibe here. So there's a good passion of tech scene here, and there's a big, you know, wave to ride.
It's got a different vibe than the San Francisco startup scene. There's less noise, more collaboration.
The endless, infinite optimism that people are showing. They really think that we can make Las Vegas a big player in tech.
You don't have the limitations you find, let's say, in even a 128 or a Silicon Valley, because I think there are fewer restrictions from VCs, fewer restrictions even from people's own minds. And so you have some ideas that may seem crazy, but they also could be the ideas that remake the world.
I don't know how many people in the Bay Area know about Switch, but it's the world's largest and most advanced data ecosystem, and it's about a quarter mile from right here. So literally we have a 1,000,000 meg internet connection running into this building right now. I get a 985 megabits per second on my computer, And the open wireless available to anybody is 120 megabits per second. So the internet it lives here. Any number of the Fortune 100 companies, they're all here at Switch. And if you come here, you can be a part of it too.
It's 2 minutes. Agree or disagree? But isn't it interesting to see that these folks in Vegas pay a quarter of your rent, and they've got some startup scene going on, and it was good to see. We did that one at the Innovation Center, which you saw at the very end, and those guys were hitting the mark. I also want you to see this video of 2 minutes. Who's got 2 minutes and 19 seconds to spare? Okay. Salt Lake. This one has me in it, so don't mind that clown.
Hey, Miles, what's SF New Tech?
SF New Tech is San Francisco's largest and longest running and most loved technology showcase event. And we are currently on tour on a mission to discover awesome new technologies that are being built in other places. And we are psyched to be visiting a number of cities on this tour, including San Diego, Salt Lake City, and Vegas tonight, where we're going to see 6-7 startups do presentations.
My name is Ethan Duggan. I am 12 years old. My app is Lazy Husband.
There's a no PowerPoint rule here. Live demos of what they've been working on, their latest and greatest stuff. A little bit of showing off.
To help me prove that I'm better than the next person, right?
And a little bit of collaboration with regard to the people in the room that are the tech community of Las Vegas in this case. And then we're going to get 5 minutes to grill them.
If I'm expecting someone, can I click on something and then just watch the front door?
Put them in the spotlight, make them sweat, ask them questions, and get to the bottom of what they're doing and what's the passion for the innovation behind it all.
That they're in a certain order to the next person that checks in?
Outlook.com is sponsoring this whole event. I want to know, why is Outlook.com involved in this event?
Well, it was important for us to re-engage the tech community. We've been sponsoring SF New Tech now for just over a year. And the idea is that the people which come to this and the people which are involved in startups, they're really the influencers. They influence what their friends and family use and what technology choices they make. So for us, it was a no-brainer to partner with somebody that was deep into the startup community, and we could bring the product and we could show them the innovation that we had shown in the consumer email space. And that's really blossomed into a really strong relationship. It's helped us understand, where to invest in features and the like. We've just got some great feedback on the product, and we like engaging working with Miles and working with the startup community.
So Miles, for anyone who wants to know if New Tech Tour is coming to their city, where should they go and how should they contact you if they want to be involved and actually present?
Absolutely. Stay tuned to newtechtour.com or email us at newtechtour@outlook.com. We encourage startups from all around the country or all around the world to apply to demo. We're interested in hearing about new stuff, and if you've got something you're working on you want to show off, let us know.
All right, so that's part of what had happened on this tour, and we had a good time doing it. So good stuff, yeah. And the good news is we're going to do it again. And we're going to lightly visit San Diego for sure, and we're going to make up our decisions about other towns. So the Traveling Minstrel Show continues. I want to introduce Tony, who you just saw on the big screen, and you might have met in the back of the room. Tony's from Outlook. And maybe you even met Daisy. Did you meet Daisy?
Oh, there she is. Daisy, come here.
There she is. Oh, she's the star of the show right now. Daisy, come on. And she's wearing an Outlook t-shirt. Aww.
Yeah, I know that I'm not the main event anymore. Now you've all met Daisy. So, no, but you saw it in the video, and this has been a relationship that we've been working on for over a year now. We were still Hotmail when we started doing this, and I can tell you that the feedback that we got from being Hotmail was very different from the feedback that we've been getting a year on as Outlook.com. We just completed the migration. We've migrated over 400 million active users from Hotmail to Outlook.com. I've actually met some of our users today, and the feedback has been incredibly positive. One thing I alluded to in the video there is how we use these forums and engaging with the enthusiasts and the tech community to help us determine what features that we invest in. Those of you that have been keeping an eye on our blog will know that we've just launched integration with Google Chat. So one of the barriers that people said was preventing them from shifting from Gmail to Outlook.com was no integration with GChat. Well, we launched that, I think it was just over a week ago. So for those in the audience that gave us that feedback, we listened, we executed, and we launched. So thank you. We hope that as we get to launch more new and exciting features, you'll get to hear about it first here at SF New Tech. Keep coming with the feature requests. My colleagues and I will be here for the foreseeable future, and we want to make this relationship stronger and better. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Daisy. What Tony, oops, no gin and tonics for you. What Tony didn't mention, he's one of the lead engineers over at Outlook, and he alluded to the fact that send your feature requests in. Believe it or not, these guys are listening to what you guys are saying. So get in on the product and talk to these guys. And Tony relayed to me on this. We were like in Salt Lake or whatever, and he's like, "Oh yeah, we took some of the advice that we learned from folks at SF New Tech and integrated into the product at Outlook." So that's important stuff, and that's good stuff going on. So hit up Tony. Okay, just a couple of quick other announcements. Big thanks to LeClaire Ryan, good friend of mine, Eric Ferraro. He helps us out on the legal side, looking for counsel with regard to law, litigation, IP, M&A, all that stuff. Call Eric, he's good. And I want to quickly say also, we are streaming the event live tonight, thanks to Jimmy G, manning the console, and Darren over here. And so this is not just in this room. We're going live. We're capturing this in HD, and we're going to do some wonderful stuff with the videos later on. But herein is your cue to invite other people to join us, if you will. Hashtag tonight is SFNT, and people can find the stream over at sfnewtech.com, quite simply. So please, tweet early and often. We're going to turn the tweet wall on and off during the night, so that's on the big screen, a little back channel going on. We just ask that you keep it somewhat clean. Kind of dirty is okay, but just somewhat clean. Okay, you guys want to see some demos tonight? Enough of this stuff? Yeah, good. Okay. All right, so we have 5 on the ticket tonight, but usually we have 6, and because this was kind of a last-minute thing, we have like maybe an open spot. So tonight we might find an ambush demo going on. So if you're working on something and maybe want to get up here and show it off with no PowerPoint, actual live stuff, tap me on the shoulder. Maybe we can make it happen. How's that sound? Cool. All right, Chartio. Where's Dave? Dave's right up front. Let's hear it for Dave Fowler. He's the founder and CEO of Chartio.
Hey guys. Yeah, I'm Dave from Chartio, and basically we are an analytical interface to your database and other data sources we connect to also. Most relational databases and Salesforce and Google Analytics, and we're adding more all the time. So this is our homepage. And to talk about Chartio, we actually have recently created this fun project called Boatio.com. And Boatio is basically Airbnb for boats. It's our fake company that we use, and that's what I'm going to be going over in our demo. So everyone pretend that you have a startup, and it's really awesome, Airbnb for boats, called Boatio.com. So if you worked at Boatio, you could make a dashboard like this using Chartio. And this is just an example dashboard of what you have. And so I'm going to show you how you add a chart once you're already connected to your database. So we've basically already connected to a database. We can come down here and see there are 2 data sources connected here on the left. We've got Boatio, the MySQL instance, and then we've got the Google Analytics account as well. But we're just going to look at the MySQL instance. So when we connect to your data source, we pull out the schema. So here we have pulled out the 3 tables. Boatio has a very simple schema, which is there's boats, trips, and users. And so we can kind of simply drag over an ID to get a count, and then the date. And what happens under the hood, I'll just show you that first, is Chartio actually makes a query here based on what you just dragged over. And we're connected up to the data source. You can either connect it to your production database with a read-only user, or we encourage you to do a slave or backup database of your own. But this is connected to your data source, and you can actually come in tier 2, and if you want, kind of update the queries and write whatever query you want, and not have to use the interface. If you do prefer SQL, or you have a really advanced query that does need a lot of sub-selects or something like that. So we write this query based on our interface. We run that query, and we pull it back, and by default, we show it to you in a table. And then you can also choose, I want it in a scatter or a line chart or an area chart or a bar chart. And then you can keep adding and modifying your query. Let's look at boats by also date and by type. And so it's going to run this query again. And unfortunately, banana boats here aren't as popular as I wish they would be on Bodio. But you can see sailboats are kind of the most popular, and the different rentals of these. Or actually, this is the additions of those boats over time. Then we can just add a title, new boats by type. Then we'll save this to our main Bodio dashboard. And you can just rearrange this, resize it however you'd like. You can also rearrange the ones in the background. We'll just put this down at the bottom here for now. And resize a little bit. Then we'll turn arrange mode off. Okay. So great, and then now we've added this chart to our dashboard, and you can continue adding them. And we've got a list here of all the other dashboards. We've got a Bodio support and a web traffic dashboards as well set up. So that's how you just create your dashboards. Just in like 30 seconds, we created a chart. It takes you just a few minutes or however long you want to continually add more to these dashboards and build your dashboard out. And the nice thing is that the friction is lowered greatly. The friction in adding new charts, or when you have a question, like actually, like where are people getting stuck? Where are people having the most fun? Where are people most engaged? You can very quickly with our interface just dig in and have this analytical interface to your database to answer those questions. We also have here these global sliders. So most of these charts are actually connected to the global slider, and you can see as we drag around this global slider, it actually rewrites that query in whatever SQL syntax, whether it's MySQL or whether you have a Postgres data source or whether you're Salesforce data or Google Analytics data. You don't have to learn these different systems. You just have to connect them through Chartio with one single interface, and we rewrite all those queries and run those for this different time range. We also have automatic drill downs. So we can look here and see sailboats are the most popular boat type that's rented. So we can click on that and actually see how that performs over time. And then this is I think automatically grouped by week here, and we can drill in and now see it by day. We can also choose to pivot and say, instead of by day, what else? We can do it by boat name. There's going to be a bunch of them. And yeah, see the Suzanne was rented a couple times. Yeah, we can go all the way down, and we can actually, in the end, look at the source data and see the actual 20 sales that actually happened on that day in this boat type in this category. So, furthering, we can go into our settings and look at Bodio and check out the schema. So, like I said, when we connect to your database, we actually pull in the schema and show you we pull it all into Chartio and give you nice for the nice interface, and you can actually come in and edit some of these because usually your raw schema is actually pretty complicated. So you can come in and change the names and just clean it up a lot. We can also specify foreign keys. Chartio automatically pulls out foreign keys for almost every data source type, but sometimes you don't have them defined, so you can come in here and actually add them, and it does the joins automatically when you have the foreign keys specified. And lastly, you can just pull in and view this schema diagram to kind of see the schema of your database. This one, for our example database, is actually pretty simple, but it's kind of nice to, while you're learning your data source, to be able to do that. And you can add more dashboards, you can have more teammates to collaborate on. So we're really looking to be kind of this analytical interface to your database so that most people kind of end up building their own or buying like really expensive large enterprise solutions. And we're trying to disrupt that market and make it possible for small and medium businesses to just have a dashboarding solution and not have to code it all themselves. So, great.
Great. Thank you, Dave. So, Dave ate into his Q&A time a little bit. We have 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Who's got a question for Dave Fowler? Yes, sir.
Do you have any plan to add natural language interfaces, like natural language queries?
Could you repeat that one?
Do you have any plan to add natural language interfaces like queries?
Like
queries.
Natural language. No, we have no plan for the natural language queries at the moment. That's definitely something we'd look into, but our initial focus has been on SQL queries and relational databases. We're starting to look into NoSQL queries, and we're also really focusing on these third-party services, so you can pull in things like, we already have your Google Analytics and your Salesforce, and we'd also like to be pulling in, just all these other services that people are connected to, the most popular services on the web. Eventually we'll get there, but right now our focus is mostly on the relational databases.
Hi. Are there any plans to have like a RESTful API implementation where I don't necessarily need to connect directly to a database?
For sending data to us or for reading data from us?
For reading data. Or actually both, really.
For both, sure. Good question. So we actually, a lot of our competitors and some people in this space, people are kind of used to it having an API to interface to and sending your data to some API. We don't like to do things that way because you have a lot less flexibility on what data you have access to and what data you can really work with. So we really encourage people, if you do want to have this separate API that you work with, we're never going to be able to write a library that has more language support and is easier to learn than just like launching another instance of a database. So we really think of the database as the API. So if you want to have this isolated server where you shove data to, or an API to shove data to, then launch up a MySQL or a Postgres instance, whatever you're most comfortable with, put your data into there, and then Chartio connects to it really easily and charts on it really easily. So that's what we try to do. We try to stick away from hosting ourselves the data. We want you to actually own that data and control that data for security reasons, and also for flexibility and power reasons. And then as far as our reading API, we are working on doing a lot of embedding and actually some really kind of powerful configurable embedding. And so that stuff's to come probably later this year. But yeah, we're working on it.
Am I on now? Oh, sorry. How does this work with unstructured data, things like Hadoop and whatnot?
Yeah, so we actually only deal with relational databases right now, structured data. So we don't have support for Mongo or anything like that. And that's largely because we're so dependent on the schema. And we're looking into building things out for that, but we just haven't done that. We've been mostly focused on the structured components of it. We really want to focus on making it like a really awesome product for a large group of people instead of like an adequate product for everyone. So that's why we've been a little bit limiting on what data sources we support.
Do you have plans to have more sophisticated visuals than the kind of simple or two-dimensional charts that you have?
Yeah. So we're always improving our charting library. We built our own internally on top of D3. And we've built a nice wrapper for our charts. And they're always evolving. I guess rather than going into a breadth of more types of charts and getting crazy with, hey, now you can do all kinds of unique types of charts, we're more focused on them being really interactive and being as easy to use and customize as possible. So that's going to be more our focus rather than coming into like a larger variety of charts. There will certainly be an addition of more variety over time, but we're also just mostly focused on making them as great as possible and as customizable as possible, and as interactive as well, as you saw with our drill down capabilities.
All right, Dave, we're officially out of time. So give
right.
a round of applause to Dave from Chartio.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Should I leave this?
Okay, next up is Daniel from Nifty. Where's Daniel? In the back of the room with a drink. So the tweet wall, as you see, is rolling along. To get up on there, use the hashtag SFNT or SFNewTech. There you go. That's what it's about. Okay, Matt wants to give away a drink. Okay, so next person that tweets. Sorry, Mel. Next one. What letter is that? Right there. D. Okay, so hey, looks like Mel wins. Oh no, what we switched it up. Oh, okay, where's Mel? Go give her a drink.
Hey guys, my name is Daniel. I'm from Nifty.
Daniel, you ready to go?
App for you to help you give stuff away. But before I do, I want to show you some pictures of my garage. It's for you, those of you guys who live in the city, you've probably never seen this before. It's a 2-car garage. But I live in San Diego, so we can afford these kind of things. But it doesn't really matter. It's a 2-car garage. I parked 0 cars in it. So things like, I want to show you the stuff in there. We have lots of kid stuff, strollers. You can see there's a sofa in there, but we actually don't live in this garage. We have monitors. Like a couple years ago, I picked up a kite surfing. Here's a kite, and here's a surfboard. So these are kind of just stuff that I don't really use very much, but I have a hard time getting rid of them because I don't really know what's the best way to give them away. And lots of kid stuff. And here's a air compressor base, I think, for the hydraulic nailer, I think. It was a couple years ago, put in baseboards, and I have this thing here sitting around. I read a stat somewhere that the average cordless drill is used 12 minutes in its entire lifetime. Yeah, 70% of the US public has a cordless drill. I have 3. So the reason I don't get rid of it because they have some value, right? They're not junk. If they're junk, they'll be easy. I just throw them away, right? But they have some value, so I can't get rid of them. Ideally, I like to give them to friends, but I don't know what they want. They don't know what I have, and I could give it to strangers, but I don't really want strangers to come to my house, and I'm disconnected from the stranger because I don't know what happened to my stuff. And the other thing is I could donate to charities, but charity has the same information problem because I don't know what charities are looking for, and I don't know. Everybody knows Goodwill and Salvation Army, but there's actually 10,000 other good charities with interesting causes, but I just don't know. I don't know anything about it. So we built a product called Nifty. It's a way for you to list things that you have, and we show them to your social network. So here's my feed, and how many of you guys remember this game? Incorrect. I did not say Simon. But you can see, so I'm going to try to give something away really easily, show you that you can either give things away or you can make requests for things you may want. So to give something away, I can take a picture of something. Let's say this dongo here. It's not mine, but I'll try to give it away. And I can either choose to give away for free or I can trade it for something. You can, if you want, you can tell a story about this dongo. I know nothing about it, so I won't. Other information here is all optional. You can choose to put them in. You can put a location in, or if you want to be secretive, you can hide that as well. But let's say we're going to do that. I'm on Sprint, so it takes forever. Seriously? Okay. So we're tied to Keep, so you can get coupons for when you do nice things for friends. But you can see right here that here's the thing I'm giving away, and when they post this, it gets posted in the Nifty network as well as to your friends on Facebook. The way we connect you is that we connect you to your Facebook friends, to your friends' friends, and through channels. Channels are associations that I belong to. That could be alumni group, could be a neighborhood group, or parenting groups. I'm a parent, so we trade a lot of stuff with other parents. You can see from my feed here that people tend to get away are, gifts they got, they don't use very much, books they read, clothing, gift certificate, here's tickets to SeaWorld, but it's already given, lots of kid stuff, decorative things. So random things that you got some use out of it, but you think other people might find more use out of it. And the other thing that you could do is that you can find charities to donate them to. So we have a database of 150,000 charity within the United States, and it's geocoded so you can see within this area what charities are available. So you can see here's within near me, there's these set of charities. You can find out what things they're interested in, and you can donate them to the right charities. And I'm just right on time. So this is Nifty. Questions?
Good stuff. Daisy, yes? Typical bully. Okay, hands up for Daniel.
How are you planning to attract users?
The product is, it's a market, right? So it's a two-sided marketplace, so we do need users to reach some critical mass. But the product is useful even without anybody else that's on there. So it's useful for you to donate stuff to charities. So often when you go donate things, you take a bag of stuff to a charity, you drop them off, they give you a receipt, you got to keep track of it. So when you do this from within Nifty's, we track everything for you. So you can see from here, here's the things that I've given away, here are things I've donated. And end of the year, we'll send you either my receipt of things that you've given away. And so the idea is that the product's useful, even if none of your friends are actually using it, none of your network's actually using it. You can use it for donation, you could use it to post stuff to your social network. Yeah. You could go through each one and take a picture of them, just walk in your house, which is what I do. I could walk around and find things that I don't use very much and take a picture of it. Or let me see if I can find the item. You can do things like, I have a set of Xbox games somewhere, but you can do what we call a collection, so that contain multiple items. So the differences are a single item when you give away, it just disappears from the feed. Multiple collections that you can give away, say I want to give 10 items, one to somebody else, and then 2 things to another person.
Is there a business model behind this?
Yeah, the way that we make money is that you will be able to let you sell stuff to other friends, but the idea is that the proceeds does not go to you. So the whole concept of the app is for focus on goodwill. You can sell things, have the value go to a charity. For most charities, actually, aside from the really large one, they have no ability to process items because you can donate it, like say a box of clothes to somebody. If they don't have a store, they can't generate revenue from it, right? So what we give in charity is a way for them to raise money without having to take possession of the item. So you can designate a charity that you like, you can discover from Nifty, to be the beneficiary of a sales transaction. And we take a small percentage cut of that transaction. That's how we make money.
So Nifty was one of the companies that presented on stage in San Diego, and now he's on stage in San Francisco. So good on you, Daniel.
I'm curious why you chose to use Keep.
Well, it's an advertising platform, right? But the kind of cool thing is that it's high value coupons that that seems to be attracted to people, and it does not. I mean, we tried a few different things. That, we didn't want to be spammy. We didn't want to be interrupt your flow. So it's the good thing with Keep that you can insert them into certain actions within the app, right? So the idea is that you do something nice, we give you a coupon for something.
Why limit it to the social network? Why isn't it just an open market?
Because we want to reduce the friction of giving something away. I mean, you can always go on Craigslist, put something free, but I think a lot of people have like weird stories about meeting strangers on Facebook. So we want to make it as easy as possible to give things away, also to make it as trustworthy as possible. So you know who you're giving it to, and they know about you. And it's not just limited to your, to your Facebook. It's 2 degrees south. So on average, that could be. We think that for the most average person, there's about 50 to 100,000 people within 2 degrees south. That's your friends through channels or friends through social networks.
iOS only?
For now, we're building an Android version. It should be out by end of August. And there's a HTML5 Lite version as well, so you can call dibs and you can give stuff away on Facebook.
So in addition to the marketplace, are you guys also involved in the delivery of the goods?
I'm sorry, what's that?
Do you guys also broker the delivery of the goods from the seller to the user?
Not at this point. We're looking at that right now. We're thinking, because we're based in San Diego, we're thinking of possibly doing a delivery system so you can pick up from somebody, but it's costly. So trying to figure out what the business model for that. So right now, is since people tend to know each other, maybe not directly, but they're through some kind of friend or through some kind of channel, so we make it easy for people to match up and schedule delivery themselves.
We're out of time.
Thank you.
Thank you, Daniel. Nifty.
Thank you.
All right, Daisy's up for more. She is the star of the show tonight. Okay, next up is Joy Sprouts, Leo Lau, co-founder, executive producer. Leo? And Sue? And we'll reset the clock. There it is. Okay, you guys ready to roll?
All right.
Joy Sprouts.
Joy Sprouts. Good evening. May I ask how many parents do we have in the audience here? Can we raise your hands? Thank you. Tonight, we're going to show you how to do early education the right way. My name is Leo, and this is my partner, Suzanne. We're the co-founders of Joy Sprouts. Joy Sprouts is the iPad marketplace application designed specifically for the early education targeted children between 2 to 6 years old. The biggest problem in this space is the monetization problem. Interestingly, parents are willing to pay, however, they lack the incentive to do so. And we believe we hold the key to this holy solution. For the rest of the demonstration, we're going to split into 2 parts. Suzanne is going to go over our solutions from the child's perspective, and I'm going to demo from the parent's perspective. So here goes, Suzanne.
Thank you, Leo. Okay. Let me show you the kids mode. Basically, I want to bring up 2 points here. Point number 1 is that this is a very kids-friendly features. And number 2 is that we have got seamless tracking of a child progress. And basically, as a child open up the app, this is the home page. And there's only 2 steps that the kids need to go through: scroll and then tap. I really like this drawing app, so I tap into this app. Then I see 7 stories here. This Pride Tester 4 seems to be fun. Let me pick this. So as I play along this app, it seems to be a very simple drawing app, but there's a magical solution behind that. As I draw different pictures in this app, there's a behind-the-scene check-in. Every keystroke that I make, every action I make, there is checking behind, and this system will collect the data of the child and push to my parents. So after drawing the 4 pictures, this is not the end of the story. It became a little tale that with a message, Pride Tester 4. See the little bear that I drew? It became part of the story. Instantly, I become a little illustrator. And this type of data gets collected and pushed to the parents mode. And Neil will show you how this data will get shown to the parents.
Thank you, Sue. From the parents' point of view, the first thing that draw to my attention are the progress indicator. All this percentage and this big flower here. Not only this progress indicator tells me how far this content's been played with by the kid, but also it serves as an indicator to the parents when is a good time to purchase the content for the child to grow. This is extremely important for the child as well as for the content providers. When I swap the button to go into the parental mode, there are 2 sections in the parental mode. One is the e-store, another is the profile. Let's go into the profile mode. In the profile section, it actually shows the result of the seamless tracking that was just demonstrated by Suzanne in this personalized holistic profile. Joyce Bowles adopted the Holistic Development Framework that was published by the United States government. It consists of 42 domain elements and grouped into 5 domain areas: physical, cognitive, language, social, and approaches. If the parents has time and interested, they can click into each of the sections and find out the detailed breakdown. This information is extremely important and useful for the parents, and from the parents' perspective, it's extremely difficult or impossible for them to acquire by asking the child. Now let's go back to the e-store. The e-store basically is a product catalog for all the contents available from Joyce Bowles. I want to draw your attention to the right-hand side. This is the spider web. The spider web is the key of our solution. Taking the before and after approach, parent can actually quickly understand and look at it and say, hey, what this particular content can help my child to develop in which area. This is the most efficient and the ultimate push for the parents to make a purchase decision. Once the parent decided and convinced to purchase the content, all they have to do is to click the free button, or, well, everything is purchased here. Well, I don't have another content. So this is the free content for the parent to click, and then the content will stream and download right into the application without going back to the App Store. When the content is downloaded, it would be automatically show up in the trials mode next time when the trial open up Joyce Bowles. As a result of that, Joyce Bowles is the key connecting the parents, the child, as well as the content providers to provide a sustainable as well as an effective ecosystems for early education content. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Hands up for questions? Of course.
Sorry, I cannot hear the question.
It's okay, I've got a microphone. Can you lock it between parental mode and child mode? Because I know my child, and it would be much like your demonstration there. Everything would be bought by the time I got home after the first day.
Right.
He would click parental mode and he'd buy everything.
Right. Right now, we don't want to lock it, but the child obviously can go to the parental mode. But when they want, if they really wanted to make a purchase, it still go through the proper IAP process and will require a password. So the child will not be able to make a purchase without the parent's password. And at the same time, we do want to have the ability for the child to take a look at the product catalog, so that they could make the recommendation to the parents as well. Any other questions?
I have a question real quick. Are you working with any schools?
Well, no, we're not working with any schools, but the schools came to us. We do have contents that is actually developed by the principals of chained P-school and learning centers. So they actually find our platform very interesting and then come to us to provide the content. At the same time, we do work with content providers as well as telco companies as our distribution channels.
Hi, hello. Do you have a time limit for using the application by kids? So I don't want my kid actually using iPad for like hours.
Well, this is one of the features that we would like to introduce, the timer, basically. The researcher has actually shown that the best time windows for operating iPad for children between 2 to 6 years old is 1 hour. So this is one of the directions that we're going to go into and provide more control for the parents.
Who's making the evaluation of how much each app contributes to each of the required skills? You had it very highly quantitated in there, and I imagine that's because someone's made that evaluation.
Good question. We do have a team of early age educators with over 30 years of experience doing all the grading and the assessments.
Other means besides just typing in?
Yes, we take advantage of all the features of the mobile device, camera, gyroscopes, GPS, to enable the rich experience for the parents and as well as the children to get multimedia gameplays.
So iOS only?
Right now it's iOS only. The reason is because, as we all know, the Android platform, the ecosystem in terms of the payment is not really there. There's, for every $1 spent or $5 spent in the iOS system, there's only $1 spent in Android. So right now we're looking at the iPad platform for now.
15 more seconds. Anybody?
Right now, as we all know, this is a two-sided platform. This is a beta product. Everyone can download it, but it's not really marketed yet. We have organically over close to 10,000 downloads. But we work with a lot of the multinational content providers, such as BBC Videos, Oxford University Press, because of this open beta. How much is the app? The platform itself, Joyce Browse, is free for download, and it comes with some free content. And the rest of the contents, the price of it is really controlled by the content providers. We don't really dictate the price. We actually work with the content providers to make recommendations of how much they should charge.
We're officially out of time. But Joyce Browse, everybody.
Thank you.
Good stuff for your kids. Thank you, Leo.
Thank you, Miles.
Thank you. Okay, next up, Mike Crampton, CTO and founder of Gigwalk. Whose cocktail is this? Come on back for it. Did you? Should we make some announcements? He's going to be dancing on stage. Let's see if that switches over.
Nope.
Is that you?
Nope.
That's not you.
Oh, wait a minute.
Who's got the fire on their desktop?
That's probably me not mirroring my display. So
That looks like you.
let's try it again. Hey, that's better. All right. So, hi everybody. I'm Matt Crampton. We're GigWalk. GigWalk's a mobile work marketplace, and you can kind of think about it like it's a mobile temp agency. And so the way it works is companies come and post jobs on GigWalk, which are called gigs. And a gig might be something like go and take a picture of a menu at a restaurant, or maybe it's I need somebody to go to every Walmart in the country to figure out what brands of shampoo are on store shelves, that kind of thing. And so a company can come kind of articulate what the kinds of things that they want somebody to do out in the field, and they'll go through and they'll post a job, and that job might have one location, it might have 10,000 locations across the United States, Canada, Puerto Rico. We just launched UK. So we have 300,000 workers here kind of all over the place, and they're doing gigs every day. When they sign up, they go and install our app, and the app looks like that, and you can download it from the App Store. We actually have a bunch of gigs posted here tonight to take pictures of people with beards, and I was really disappointed. There's not a whole lot of people with beards here today. I don't know, but there's not that many of them. So anyways, when a company goes and posts a job, then they can go into the GigWalk dashboard, and they can see all the jobs that they've got posted. And they come up with this kind of big dashboard where they can see all the jobs that they've got going. You can see what jobs are live in the system. They can message back and forth with all of the workers that they've got running around out in the field. And they can put together teams of people that they have done work with before, and they're trusted to go out and do kind of more complicated work, that kind of thing. So you can look at some of the stuff that we've done lately, surveying milk prices at grocery stores in the UK. I didn't know this, but they sell them in pints there, which is kind of weird. And so you can see, we GPS locate the person where they were when they were doing the gig. Kind of go through and see what some of the stuff looks like. Companies will use us a lot of the time for doing merchandising work. So maybe there's a display that was supposed to be set up at CVS's across the country, but maybe their sales aren't doing as well in some of the branches. They'll use GigWalk to send workers out to those locations to figure out what's happening in the field right now. Were those displays set up? Maybe the product's out of stock, something like that. You can actually go in and look at kind of an example of V8 displays that we were looking at Sam's Clubs. You can go through, and the customer's got all of these displays that they've got workers. I think this one probably had 200 and some locations that workers are running around going and looking at. As you can see, you've got an army of people that are running around doing work for you, kind of on the fly whenever you need them, and then they go away when you don't need them. And so it's interesting what some of the companies that are using us. Microsoft's a huge customer of ours, wherever the Outlook guys are. We like you guys. Microsoft uses us to populate Bing local search. So this is an example of it's a Japanese restaurant here in San Francisco. If you scroll down here, there's actually this step inside feature, and if you pull it up, these are panoramic photos that GigWalkers have taken on assignment inside of the GigWalk app using Microsoft's PhotoSynth app. And it was GigWalked by PhotoSynth, and it kind of looks like that. And it's pretty cool because it ends up being that Microsoft has got 300,000 people to go run around and do its bidding for whatever they need to get done. And we actually start looking at some of these. It's kind of fun. We see all kinds of weird stuff when GigWalkers are out in the field. Like this was one for Baskin & Robbins, I think. And if you look over here, there's a car that crashed through the window right when the GigWalker was there doing the thing. And that was kind of cool because dude, he documented that shit. Like, he was all about checking out what that looked like. And so we got a bunch of these. I just kind of love looking at some of this stuff because it was all screwed up. But the cool thing about this one, and I really dig what he did, he took it from a bunch of different angles. And one of these, if you look over here at the people talking to the cops, I think that chick's in a wedding dress or a prom dress. I don't know, but it was like, wow, man, like I really want to know what happened there. It's kind of cool. Anyways, then I'm kind of getting off topic. But so it's really cool the kinds of uses that we're seeing GigWalk being used for. We kind of started it thinking that we were going to be doing a lot of data collection, we certainly do a lot of work with TomTom and Navtech going and taking, fixing GPS problems in their software, stuff like that. But once we got into retail and we started doing things like merchandising, secret shopping, and that kind of stuff, all of a sudden it gets more interesting. All of a sudden we're doing way more, kind of a way more variety of stuff than we used to. And now we're doing things like we've got an ancestry company that's having us go and catalog gravestones at cemeteries, that kind of thing. Anyways, so we're GigWalk, and we'd love for you to go download our app, and because we've got a ton of work to do here in San Francisco. This screenshot I just took was from 7:47 today, and so anyways, we got a bunch of work to do. So, thank you.
Excellent. Good stuff. All right, hands up high. Yes, sir.
I can't see it all, so you just have to.
Hello.
Hello.
So is this all photo-based, or can you do gig walks and provide data?
Definitely. So I think maybe I whipped through that a little fast, but actually look at the data that was being collected here by workers. Like they're actually going here. Were you able to find this V8 display? Are the beverages being displayed correctly? Like all these things that customers are going and asking gig walkers to look at here. The next step in this is that we actually have a whole ton of gigs that are actually, we need you to go set up that display. Or if the display is not there, we need you to go find the manager and figure out, is it in the back room or did they not receive it? Something like that. And a lot of times it's then go report back to the company, or it's like go and grab that display and put it up. And that's kind of the progression for us. One of the things I didn't really talk about was that kind of the way that gig walkers get selected for work is that we will build mathematical models on top of the workers based on the previous work history they've got in our system. So we might have something that was super easy that you can kind of do everywhere, like the photo stuff you're talking about. And then once we've kind of got some confidence that you're a reliable person, you show up on time, you do good work, then you start getting access to higher paying and more complex work.
Hi there. I hate to, just over here. Back. Hi. No, never mind. I hate to be a bit of a downer and put my legal hat on, but from what I saw of the...
Wave your hand just
straight ahead of you.
Oh, yeah, okay, sorry.
From what I saw of most of the examples were photographs inside private businesses.
Yep.
Have you checked off the privacy law boxes here?
So,
I mean,
most
and
of the time,
especially moving into the UK,
Yep.
the European kind of data protection systems and privacy laws can be a lot stricter than the US as well.
So a lot of times, especially when it's merchandising work, that these people are being sent out on behalf of manufacturers to these retail establishments, in which case, like they've actually got relationships with the stores themselves. So gig walkers actually, more often than not, actually have a letter of credential that's inside of the app as part of it when they go to the store. So when they're talking to like a manager or something like that, they're actually showing them that credential and saying, like, I'm a field rep, I'm working for Hershey's or something like that, and we're looking for this display or something like that. So a lot of times it's like that. When it's not like that, it's usually outdoor photography, or it's somebody going into a restaurant. And the case with that is it's more often than not the restaurants, especially for somebody like Microsoft, like they're super eager about getting in local search and things like that. But if somebody asks them, like, hey, can you come back tomorrow when we're cleaner and we've had a chance to straighten up first, people just will come back then or make an appointment. Anybody else? Yep. So everybody gets paid through PayPal. So when you sign up for GigWalk, you give us the email address that you signed up with PayPal on, and then whenever you do work, you get paid through PayPal for the job that you did. And the relationship that GigWalkers have with GigWalk is everybody's an independent contractor. So if you make over a certain amount in a year, and I think it's $600 in the US, then you get issued a 1099 by us for tax purposes. But you're not, all of your financial data or anything like that, you just have a relationship with PayPal, like you've got a PayPal account, and that's how you get paid.
Over here.
Sorry? So each job has a dollar amount that's associated with it. If you download the app, you'll kind of see all the different dollar amounts that are there. So a gig might pay $7, might pay $10, might pay $100. As you start progressing in our system and getting access to more complex work, that's when you start getting into doing like secret shopping, those kind of things. And for those jobs, you might be there 3 hours, but it might pay you $150 for having done it. So really, as you progress in the system, that's kind of depends what kinds of jobs you get access to.
So in less than 30 seconds, how are you different from things like TaskRabbit? How do you differentiate yourself from them?
So Gigwalks from day one has always been around it being a business, being a B2B company. What we've realized kind of lately is that we're not even that, we're really more enterprise. The customers that we have are more focused on not doing one thing, like come put together IKEA furniture for me, but more interested in sending somebody to 10,000 locations at once, that kind of thing. So anyways, that's why we needed to be at the scale that we are. That's why we have 300,000 workers. And that's kind of the business that we end up going after. So we're not so optimized for doing kind of one-off jobs. It's really more these gigantic tasks that couldn't have been done any other way.
Are you planning in opening up in new countries?
So yeah, so we opened up Canada, I guess end of last year. We just launched UK, and we're going to be moving into a bunch of other countries coming up later on this summer. So look forward to that.
Matt, we're out of time. Good stuff. Thank you very much. Okay, Gigwalk. All right, so we have one more demo officially on the calendar, but before these guys go, wait, before you get too comfortable, before you get hey, Takuro, maybe they speak Japanese. Who here would take the opportunity to come up on the spotlight and do a demo of what they're working on? Nobody else? Because this is a golden opportunity. Because we have a little bit of time to kill tonight, so I figured let's throw it out if anybody's working on something awesome. If that's not the case, we're just going to head to the bar after this. Does that sound good? Yeah. Yeah, the bar. Okay, so Takuro just these guys, they flew in from Tokyo just for this.
Yeah, just for this.
Which is great. Good to hear. And Logbar is actually pretty ingenious. These guys not only have a retail store, brick and mortar establishment in Tokyo. You have a bar in Tokyo, and that's where this lives. But you're looking to bust out and provide a service to other establishments. Very cool. So you guys ready for this? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right. Whenever you're ready.
Okay. Okay. Hi, my name is Sakura Yoshida. I'm usually a programmer in Japan, but we opened a bar in Tokyo, and which is called Logbar. What's special about it? Okay, so each customers receive this iPad when they enter the store. So we give you this iPad. So and all the customers have to log in. So you have to register the name and email and password at first. This is the demo. So after you log in, this kind of like a timeline will be shown. It's like a Facebook. And if you order like a tequila, it says you order tequila in that timeline. So as a customer can click a like button or send a comment. So you can communicate with each other, with other customers inside of the bar. And this is the most popular function in the bar. You can make an original cocktail. You can choose any material such as like a gin or tequila or lime or mint. And you can decide shapes of the glass. And at the end, you can name it like SF NewTek Special or something, and you can publish it. So if, okay. And there's are three main features here. First, communication system. You can click a like button or post a comment or write a review about the drinks. And second, we have auto recommendation system that iPad analyze each customer's drink preferences and send a recommendation that based on that information. So the more you order the drinks, the more data we collected. Okay. And third, we have original cocktail making system. And the fun thing is you get 50 cents as a reward if someone buy your drinks. And these are the drinks that customer made. And if 4 drinks were sold, you get $2. And this is simple. And we have a function that you can post the fun stickers. This is very popular for the girls, and it's very cute. There's a lot of cute illustration. And this is a profile page. And these are the pictures inside of the bar. Yes, like this. And this is me. I'm bartender too. Okay. So it looks like a Facebook, and the difference is like Facebook is about focusing on friends, but we are really focusing on the real place, like a bar or a cafe or like this kind of event, and that is different. And this is a fun story that it was last week. This is a comments in the iPad, and the customers typing and a lot of comments. So they meet like directly, they talk directly like this. So it was so like they are very happy and wow, we got new friends, right? And there's a lot of like requests, like they want to play the game in the bar. So like we are like making a new game right now, and I think this is going to be great too. And we have a statistics for 2 months because we just opened 2 months ago, and 100% of customers communicate with other customers. So it means if you go to the bar, 100% you communicate with other customers. This is a good, I think this is a good number. And yeah, and yes. And 40% of orders comes from referring to the other customer's order or auto recommendation system. And so in this bar, customers can share or refer information, and they have a lot of opportunity to communicate with other customers. This is what we want to achieve, actually. So we know we have a lot of potential about this bar, so we want to expand it, and then we want to apply this kind of system to other like event or cafe or restaurant. And actually, we're going to publish API for developers because so that developer can use this system as they can make that own system. Yeah. Okay. And we are experimenting many functions in the bar. We add like new function each week, and because I'm bartenders, I can get feedback directly from the customers. I'm also the programmer, so if I find a bug, I can fix right now. Yes. Okay, this was my birthday 2 weeks ago, and these pictures were taken by customers. They took my picture and uploaded it in on the iPad, so timelines goes very crazy and very excited, and it was so fun, actually, yes. So that's it, and we are looking for the store owners in the USA because we want to expand this bar system in the San Francisco or any other place in the USA, and also looking for the investors. And thank you very much.
Very nice. Yes, hi Daisy, I know.
Real quick. Hey, so this is a dual-parted question. Are you a restaurant? Are you kind of a SaaS model? And because right here, because you've calculated the expense of giving an iPad in your restaurant, you can't go to another restaurant and expect they're going to do that as well.
Yeah.
So how do you get beyond that?
Yes, that's right. So if you go, if you register in one place, that information can be used in another place. And we are we kind of like thinking like we already have idea that there's an Italian restaurant wants to use this system, and we want to expand that and accept like a bar, like a cafe and Italian restaurant. And apps, yes, we are making apps too, but now it's only iPad. You mean like okay? Sorry. Okay.
Hi. I'm sorry, the Italian had to ask the question.
how you make sure people don't steal your iPad.
Okay. Sorry, I can.
How do you make sure people don't steal your iPads?
Okay. Oh, yeah. I see. Actually, this bar is in Japan, so I believe that Japan is very safe. Yeah.
Good answer.
How many iPads get dropped or
Yeah.
spoiled? People, alcohol, bar.
We have about 20 iPad right now, and our bar is very small, so it's enough for now.
Hey, I recently read an article about Google Glass and how that glass is being omitted from bars and these kinds of establishments because of privacy issues and whatnot. Are you facing those kinds of challenges in Japan and with that whole program in itself?
Yes, actually, we are making an OS for this kind of private system, a private network system. But we decided maybe we should start from the bar because bar is kind of social place already, and we want to expand that idea and concept to other this kind of places. So the Google Glass and maybe iWatch can be I don't know how to call it iWatch, but can be any hardware can be use it, and we want to make a hardware that you can put in here, and once you put here, this area can be a very private areas, and we offer APIs that Android and iOS cannot offer because we put a lot of sensors there, and then we really focusing on only the real place, and so we are really focusing. We are thinking about that too. Yes.
Are you taking a picture of us now?
Sorry. Okay.
We wondered if you're taking a picture of us now.
Oh.
No.
No? Okay.
No. Hands up. Who's got a question? Yes.
Has anyone met a significant other through your log bar?
Has anybody hooked up, had sex?
Okay. I don't know.
Any babies?
Anybody's? I don't think so. Maybe. But the guy and guy, they met in the bar, and I think that these guys go to the.
Okay. Is that what the data shows? So you're looking to bring this to the United States?
Yeah.
And you're talking to different bar establishments or whatnot?
Yes.
Any stories to tell so far, or do you have anybody latching on to it yet? Or
2 days ago, I was introduced, but people, the guy who really owned 2 night bars. Oh, okay. In California, and okay.
One last question, I think.
Okay.
What is your business model?
Our business model. Business model is a log OS operation system. We don't care about how much we earn in this bar right now. We care about how the people know the special thing about this kind of private area. So we want to make an OS for this, and that is a business model. And OS can be anything. I think we can get a lot of fee from sorry. Yeah.
So you license your OS to developers?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
So we are officially out of time, but you are going to hang out in the back for a little while longer.
Okay.
So Tokoro and Logbar are hanging in the back corner, so go say hi and give them a big round of applause. Good stuff. Thank you very much. Okay, so we have one more slot if anybody wants to take it right now.
Here comes Daisy again. She knows what's up. If not, what we're going to do two things. We're going to do a mobile poll. We're going to ask you quickly who you thought was the best tonight or who rocked it for you. It's via SMS, and I'll put the number up in a heartbeat. And while we're doing that, we're going to do what we call our 60-second spots. That's an open mic. That's your opportunity to grab this microphone. So if you're looking for something, have something to promote, if you have an event coming up, you're looking to hire, you're looking for funding, grab the mic. And if we get more than 5 of you up here tonight, we're going to post what you had said up on the internet for the world to see. So it's not just in this room, it goes wider than that. So any takers on that? If you're interested, come on up this way. Maybe actually line up this way and you can grab the microphone. In the meantime, look at this girl. There she goes. You want the spotlight, don't you? Okay, so in the meantime, what I'm going to do is switch this over and ask for you to participate in this poll. It's via SMS, and we're using a company that we discovered in Vegas called Wedgies, which is a great name and a great URL. And if I'd only pull up on my computer. Maybe, maybe not. Okay, give me 2 seconds. I just have to switch a VGA cord. Okay. So out of the companies tonight, it's a local number to dial, which is SMS through. It's not working. No, I'm not good. Where's it? This side, right here. Okay, we're just plugging it in. Usually things work. Sometimes they don't. Okay, here we go. There it is. Okay, so local number, SMS. Each company is associated with a number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We didn't get a wild card in, but maybe vote for Daisy. Uh-oh, I know who's going to win. So who rocked it for you tonight? Let these guys go home with a prize, at least in spirit, that they were a crowd favorite tonight. So text to 415-692-3358. Okay? And the number you want to put for the number you want to associate, so who is your favorite? So if you like Nifty, you put number 2. And what we'll do is we'll switch it quickly to the results. And we're going to watch. Okay, so let me put it back to the number. And while this is going on, anybody has an announcement to make, why don't we get that started? Ready?
So, hi everybody. My name is Kimel. I'm an exchange student from France, and I'm an iOS developer. So if any of you guys are hiring iOS developers, I have 3 weeks to find an internship before Homeland Security kicks me out of the country. So if you guys could lend a hand, that'd be super great. I have 2 years of experience in iOS development, and I think I can do great stuff on the iOS. So yeah, if you think you're interested, you can tweet me at on Twitter. That's XZOKY. So send me a tweet and we'll talk. Thanks.
Hi everyone. I take a bunch of photos on my smartphone, but the problem is when I take them with my friends, I never see their photos. I'm always nagging them to try and get them off them. And there's a lot of photos on my smartphone that I never share because Facebook is too broad. I don't want to broadcast to everyone. I just want to give it to the people that I've taken it with. So I'm working on an app called Shoto that's working on, we will create networks. So when you're out with your friends to take a photo, it will create a private network just with the people you're with, just with the friends you're with, and it will collect all your photos in one place. So you'll get all the photos from your friends, which then you can share, filter, whatever you want to do. We're looking for users who take photos to speak with, to do research. And so if anyone's interested, we're giving $50 thank yous, and it'll take an hour of your time, and we'd love to hear your thoughts and what kind of features you'd like. So if that is of interest, please come say hi. Thanks.
Good stuff. Come this way, this side.
Hi, my name is Yumio. I run a marketing agency that caters to startups, small businesses, and nonprofits. And we have a deal right now, basically a free trial of our services. Our marketing, we specialize in guerrilla marketing tactics. So everything from event marketing to social media to face-to-face marketing, content generation. We basically have a network of college students across the country that can provide you services, whether you have a consumer app or you have a nonprofit and you're trying to reach hundreds of people. We offer a solution. So please come talk to me. If you want to talk about the free trial, you have to get me a beer. So I'll be right here and talk to you later. Thanks.
Thank you, Yumio.
Can a couple of more people please come up so we can get all of these online? Someone must have something to say.
We need 5 for me to take the effort to publish this stuff. Otherwise, I'm just going to take the dog for a walk. So we have 3. Anybody else? Don't be shy. Oh, I thought that dude was going to come up and run. He's just got to take a leak. Oh, he's coming up. Yes. Yes, sir.
G'day guys, my name's Sam Blackman. I'm fresh off the boat from New Zealand as of 3 weeks ago. Looks like it. Does it? Rugby World Cup 2011 jumper, if you didn't make that. New Zealand won. So there is one Australian in the audience. I apologise that we knocked them out of the competition. I was a corporate lawyer for a very brief stint, and I really hated it. And so I resigned, and now I'm here looking for tech opportunities. I've got 2 startups under my belt in New Zealand. So if you guys want to talk tech and talk startups with me, I'll be back at the bar having a beer, and I'd love to have a chat.
Welcome to town, dude. Hey, before you go any further, we need you over here. Control and conquer. I like your shirt.
Hi, my name is Zbigniew. I'm from Poland. Back in Poland, I have a startup that's providing design and development services for iOS and OS X apps. So if you have an idea for a Mac app or iOS app and you find it hard to find developers here or don't want to build a development team here, please contact me.
Very nice. Welcome to town from Poland. Good to hear. Yes, sir.
Hi, I'm István from Hungary. We have a fleet tracking platform, and we are looking for ways to integrate it in like CRM systems or ERP systems. So anywhere where location of vehicles or people is important, then we could do some good integration with that. So it's inatrack.com. INETRACK.com.
Thank you. Be sure to come this way so we'll put it online later. Anybody else? Going once, going twice. No. Yeah, come on up. Kamla.
Hey guys, so you all heard GigWalk spiel. We're hiring a lot of people right now. We're hiring engineers, we're hiring salespeople, we're hiring ops people, we're hiring marketing people. Come work for GigWalk. Please, let us know if you're looking for something. We're fun. We will have office dogs too, so all of that stuff.
Right on.
They're hiring and have office dogs. Awesome. Okay, going once, going twice. I'm going to make a quick announcement. So let me speak quickly about our upcoming events. So pencil in your calendars. You're going to receive an email from me, and I apologize if it gets heavy sometimes, but I can't resist if we have good stuff going on. So on the 29th of May, 2 weeks from tonight, we have a special night lined up with regard to security online, and it's going to be break from the format. We're not going to have demos necessarily, but we're going to have a couple of experts up on stage talking about what keeps them up at night on the security front. Namely, we have the Chief Security Officer of Facebook, a guy by the name of Joe Sullivan, who is up all night long, basically. So he's going to come and share some perspective from where he sits. We also have one of the chief security guys over at Mozilla is going to be joining us. A company by the name of Imperium, Mark Rishna, I think is Risher, will be joining us, as well as maybe one or two others. We had 80% buy-in from one of the chief security guys over at Twitter, but their corporate comm people are getting in the way. So if you know anybody that can help that happen, let me know. And one or two others. So that's next 2 weeks from now. Excuse me, May 29th. It should be a good night. Again, a break from the format, four or five people, maybe 15 minutes each, and then a roundtable discussion. We'll have the taco truck, all that good stuff still. So come on down if you're interested in security and privacy online. It's a good conversation to be in the middle of. Then the following week, we have two events that are actually back-to-back. Not by my design, but we get a lot of folks that come in from out of town that wish to be on our stage. And we've done a lot of work in the past with the French. So we're working with a group called UB France, who produce what they call the French Tech Tour every year, and they select maybe a dozen and a half, 2 dozen companies from France to come over, and they tour them all around the valley. What we get to do is we get to pick the best that we think that deserve this stage. So we're going to have the best of the French Tech Tour on Wednesday the 5th. I think it's Wednesday the 5th, which is going to be great. And then the following night, we have Belgian pitch night. So we've done a lot of work with the Belgians in the past. This is going to have 9 startups up on stage, 3 from each region, Flanders, Brussels, and Winona. And that event is free. So come on down to either one of those. You guys are more than welcome. And we're super busy on that front. And then we just posted our events into the future right up until December of this year on our website, namely on the demo application process, but we'll announce that wide. So we're moving forward, and we're going to get back on the road with the new tech tour. So needless to say, we're busy. We're always looking for resources to help. If you guys want to help curate events, let us know. We're always looking for sponsors to help us make this happen, and we're always looking for companies to get up on here and show off what they're working on, and of course, for you guys to show up and see it. So that's my spiel. I think that's it for the announcement. So Yumio, what I need to do before we continue with that, let's see quickly who's winning the mobile poll tonight. And this is the poll on site. We're going to send an email out too. So if you want to get a little bit more formal and have some free form to wax poetic on what you thought tonight of the presenters, of the event, of the venue, please respond to that email. We listen. We do. So let's take a quick look and see. I'm going to just steal this from you for a second, if you don't mind. Uh-oh. I don't know whose laptop that is. Whose is that? Somebody has won the universe. So who do you think took home the crowd favorite tonight? Let's see. I'm going to mirror. Here we go. I found it. Ready? Nobody won. Look at that.
Very cool, guys. Very cool. 16 votes for Gigwalk. 11 for Chartio. 7 for Joy Sprouts. 6 for Logbar. And Daniel voted for himself tonight, everybody. he didn't even get to vote for himself. That's okay. Right on. So thank you for contributing to that. I think herein brings us to the closing of the evening, but no fear, we're going to open the bar back up in the back, open it back up. So maybe we'll see you there, and maybe we'll see you 2 weeks from now. What do you say? Thanks for coming down, everybody. We love you. Keep doing what you're doing. Rock on. Yes.